to speak, because in my class you are free to speak anything, but should be relevant to the content, or should be relevant to the topic. So you have to speak over here, because when you try to speak something over here, then you will improve you will boost up your confidence. So it doesn't mean you are speaking wrong or right, doesn't mean, but you are speaking this necessary part. Okay, so introduction to database system. First we need to understand what is mean by the data and information and database system, and what is mean by the database system. But before jumping on the main content highlighted part, that is the database management system, the term we have, that is database. Why database is required, why we are going through a database, and this is a necessary term we need to look for. So before overall all those things, I'm expecting two or three answers from the student side. So except to the one student, I need the answer from the other student as well. Please pick up. Any other student who have any idea about what is mean by the database or database management system, so you can speak, you are free to speak over here, please. Whatever you have,
Just
whatever you
knowledge
have
of
in your
large
mind,
sets
please.
of data.
Yeah, large set of the data, good.
So
And
database can be like organized collection of data which can be easily updated, modified, or accessed.
okay, it is a good thing, because you are integrated your words by the various operations of the database system. Of course, I agree with this point. So whatever you have in your mind, whatever you have studied in some other places, it doesn't mean, but you are absolutely right. You are going through the right directions. So this is a good thing. Since database, definitely we are learning from, or we are hearing this term from the last 10 years. Database, what is database? Database we have in our mobile as well to store the information. So ultimate, in the single word I can say, database means we are talking about the storing something into the specific manner, and that manner how to organize into the computer system, that we will study into the our this course, that is a database management system. So as the name is saying, that database management system is a system which manages the database. So the things which is to be managed by us, and that is to be required to the understand, and that is a database. So we will start our concept, we will start our topic or anything from the very beginning part. In this course we will see how to use a database, how to fetch the database, how to fetch the data and information. So this is the important point we will see. So any doubt over here, what we need to do, learn? If you don't have any doubt, then I can jump, or I can switch to the my next slide. Please tell me. Any doubt? What is mean by the
Yes,
database system and what we need to learn? Okay, we have not started so far, but what we need to do, and this is the my aim. Okay, shall we move ahead? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so from this content of this part, going to start my first lecture. And before starting each and everything, this is a necessary part to explain to all the students what is the prerequisite parts, what is the outcome would be, and what is the objectives of the course will be. So all those things are already written into your syllabus, but it is my responsibility to explain one by one to each and everything, so you can understand in better way of the other content of the ahead part of the this class. So prerequisites parts, you can see the proper understanding of the data structure algorithm will help you to understand the database management system. Since as we know, data structure is what? Data structure is saying that how to organize the data. So after organizing data, how to manage the data, that part will be the next part or next level of the data structure. And how to organize and what is the various algorithm by which we can organize. So that part we have already studied into the data structure and algorithm topic, or data structure and algorithm subject. So that part we have already covered into our previous semester, or somewhere else you have studied. So next level is saying that database management system. So what is the prerequisites? Once you are more familiar with the data structure and algorithm concept, then you will understand the database management system. Since database management system, if I'm looking for the advanced part, so we have the different algorithm. So it will be very tough complex, that would be the part of the research oriented. So I'm not going through the that part into the about syllabus, but we will understand and we will learn how to use a database, how to create a database, how to manipulate a database, and how to organize the data set what we have, and that we will learn into the practical way, of course. From this point, I have the query to all the students. Please let it be know what are the various tools you have studied or you have heard about the database management systems. Any student who knows about that part, you can speak up for you. What are the various tools where we can manage the database management system? Yes, any idea, student? Please, you can speak up. Any idea what are the various tools we have heard about the database management system? Any idea?
MySQL,
Okay, good. MySQL.
Microsoft
MongoDB,
Access.
Okay, I'm writing here the MySQL. Okay, MySQL. And those students who are very keen or dying to learn the Python followed by the database system, so of course they have the MongoDB, of course. MongoDB, of course.
MS Access,
Yeah, of course, MSX is a very basic tool for the database management system. Of course, I agree with this point. MS Access, this is Microsoft Access, of course.
and sir, OpenOffice Suite. There is one in OpenOffice Suite also.
OpenOffice,
I don't.
there are lots of the tools, Oracle, Informix, we have the lots of tool. Okay, IBM DB, we have the lots of the tool. Okay, so last 10 years we are having the new database tool, but before the last 10 years, or around 2000 to 2010, during this period 20 years, we have used lots of the work over the Oracle and IBM DB was the most famous tools. But nowadays the people or the students, faculty, everyone is mingled with the Python language. Python is much compatible with the MongoDB database. So everyone is just mingled with the learning the Python using by the MongoDB. So it's up to you what kind of database you are using. But the internal concept is saying that what way you will learn, that will be the basic thing. And in this course, we will learn the basic thing, and that will be integrated to the our any database tool. So here I just need to know, we have the various tools. So from the next or from tomorrow, I will tell you which tool we will prefer for learning the uh, Oracle, for learning the query or learning the database creation. So I will choose a very basic tool on which you will create a database and you will run your, or you will execute your various statement in form of the query. So this is the prerequisites part we will see. And if we're talking about the course objective, so course objective is saying that advantage of using DBMS rather than the file system. So here we have the comparison study. Why we are using the database management system rather than the file system. So here there are some drawback of the file system. That's why we are learning the database management system over here. So this is the main objective we will need to follow. If talking about the second objective is saying that designing an entity relationship model. So what is the entity relationship model? It is a graphical representation of your database management criteria. So if you need to manage your database, and what is the entity relationship model? This is a graphical model. So and this graphical model will take you charge of a real life application. So when you try to implement a database, first you must have a entity relationship model. And before that, I have a query over here. Suppose you have a problem. Okay, that part you will study into the data structure. Suppose you have a problem. So what approach you will follow? Now tell me, what approach you will follow? Yes, please tell me what approach first you will follow before designing solution, before doing anything. Suppose you have a problem. Now tell me, students. Suppose you have a problem. P. Yes. Tell me. Yes, Shubham Bajpayee. Shubham Bajpayee, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Shubham. Can you tell me? uh, suppose you have a X problem, and that problem you two need to solve. So what approach you will have?
Sir, firstly, I will define the problem, or more specifically, I will uh, clearly understand the problem, what the problem is, and then try to find the solution for that.
Okay, good. And suppose you have the solution and you have optimized that solution will be applicable to the my problem solutions. So in a graphical manner, how you can represent your solution?
Sir, I will basically map it.
No, you have understood already the concept flowchart and algorithm.
Yes, sir. Data
So
structure and algorithm. No?
okay, yes, sir. So in a data structure, we have seen what is the role of the flowchart. What is the role of the flowchart? Flowchart is a graphical
Yes,
representation of the
yes.
solution. So once you have understand the problem and once you have defined the problem, or and then you have defined the solution of the such problem, then you will represent your solution in the graphical manner by the flowchart. So same thing we have over here. Suppose we need to solve our problem or we need to define the database, then before that we have the entity relationship model. So that is a model. So what is a model by which we can represent our database? So before defining or before creating the database, first we have a graphical manner tool that is known as the ER model, and that is known as the entity relationship model. So this is the next and important objective. Without this objective fulfill, you can't understand the database system. So this is the point. Okay, so these are ER model and we will learn, no problem. In the next module or next thing, we have this important tool. Even this is a tool. Most probably I will share a graphical tool, or I will share a software by which I will explain entire thing into the practical way, so you will learn in proper way. Next thing, we have the mapping database schema for the ER model. So what is the mapping of the mapping of the database schema? It means we have defined the different ER model and how to integrate, how to join all those ER model into learning way. Suppose we have a customer, or we have the student, or we have the faculty. So how faculty and student are making a relationship. So this is the point that we will represented by the graphical way. So that is known as the mapping. So you are joining, you are connecting student database with the faculty, so that you are mapping. Here I can take the real example here for betterment. Now tell me, suppose there is student database. Okay, student database means we are talking about the record of the students. Now we have the faculty database. Okay, so in a general way I am taking, but the actual graphical notation I will tell you later on. But let me explain here in simple way, in general way, then you can understand. You have the student database over here, you have the faculty database over here. So how to map student database with the faculty database? Yes, please tell me. Yes, student, anyone who can speak, anyone who want to speak,
Sir,
American.
sir, we will group the student database and then map each group with a corresponding faculty.
The corresponding faculty. So what is the parameter on which I can map? This is my question.
Course.
So
Yeah,
courses
yes.
opted or
Uh,
proctors.
Sir,
Courses,
like slot wise.
yeah, so this is the two answer I got. This is a beautiful answer. One is you can choose the proctor, or you can choose the course. Okay, so suppose I am choosing the course, student and faculty can be mapped by the important parameter, that is the course. And once you have understand all these basic things, then you can implement all these things into the real life application into our database system. And you can also draw the ER model in simple way, so we will understand, we will see. So this is the parameter you need to understand. So what is the point on which I can map? That is a course. Okay, what is the relationship between the student faculty? So course, because student are understanding the course, and faculty is teaching the various course. So there's a common parameter on which they can integrate it, or they can map each other. So this is the my point. Now this point is clear to all. The objective, course objectives.
yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay.
Sir, will you
Yes.
please
Yes, sir.
explain the entity
Eh,
ER model again?
yes, please pick up again.
Sir, please explain the ER model again a little bit.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, I can explain in simple way over here. ER model is known as the entity relationship model. In this model, we have a entity. Entity means the real life object. So suppose I have the object that is a student. Okay. Now, am I right? Now, is it clear to all? Student.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. And there is a another entity I am taking here as a faculty. Okay. And what is the relationship between this student and faculty? So this is an entity, so I can take the simple name over here, that is e1 is my first entity of that is named by the student, and other entity is recognized by the faculty, so I'm just giving the its name, that is e2. Okay, so e1 and e2, these are the two different entities, and how to make a relationship between these two entities, and that is known as the ER model, that is the entity relationship model. So in a graphical way, I can explain. So here there is a common parameter I can take like this one, and that is a course. So C is my course. Okay. Now is it clear to all? This is general diagram I'm explaining, but into the actual notation I will explain later on when we will study the ER model with practical. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Or should I need the actual answer? I can take the real life application, no problem.
Yes, sir, please.
Yo, okay, okay. So yeah, so I think it is better to take the example of the student faculty, because we are the part of the student faculty and we are the part of the university. So as a student, this a student is an entity. Okay. Now, what are the various attribute of a student? Please tell me.
Registration number, name.
Okay,
Name,
just
register
just
number.
please
Name,
stick.
registration
Okay,
number,
please connect it. Registration number, name, age,
hostel or day scholar,
date of
Email
birth.
ID.
Date of
Okay,
birth, email ID.
date of birth, email ID, and date of joining of the institutions. So there are lots of the attributes.
attribute.
Yeah, of course. And there is a one thing which will be common, that is a course. In which course student is registered. Okay, and that is a part. Okay, so okay. Next, we have in which degree he or she is registered. So we can say it's a degree, it's a PG degree, a UG degree, or a research degree. Okay, so there are lots of the attribute of a student entity. Same thing we can over here. So faculty, it have own faculty ID, then faculty name. Okay, faculty date of joining, and other thing I can take over here for the simple way. So there is a thing, faculty is offering multiple courses. Also course 1, course 2, and course 3. The student are having the multiple course as well, so course 1 and course 2 and course 3. So there will be something will be common between the students and faculty. So this is a course. So I can take a simple notation like this one. This is a relationship. Okay, so this diamond box is showing that this is a relationship box, and which will be connected between the two different entities. Those are the students and faculty. Okay, so this is the point. So this showing it that this is a relationship model between the two different entities. What are those? First one is student, that is E1 I'm giving name over here, and E2, and which is the faculty. And in an ER model, there could be the n number of the entity. Okay, we can say, sir, we can take only 2 or 3. You can take no problem, but we are free to take n number of the entity. So number of entity in an ER model will be the n. So there's no restriction of making an ER model by using the entities. You can take n number of the entities. You are free to use. So this is the idea about the general idea about the ER model. And what are the attribute? We have the particular entity. There's a student. So a student we're having the different attribute. Those are roll number, name, age, date of birth, date of joining, degrees, codes, and which hostel number and which hostel number rooms and other details as well. And that part you will see into the VTOP as well. So in the VTOP, in the real life, we can say VTOP is a good database management system which keeps the information about the faculty, student, staff, and other details as well. So whenever we need to access, each and everything is connected. Connected means each and everything is making relationship between each and every part in form of the entities. So this is just idea about the ER model. Now, is it clear to all what I mean to say that? Yes, student, please tell me.
Yes.
Is it clear to any doubt over here? Please, you can
Yes,
ask.
sir.
Any doubt you can ask, please. Yes, student, any doubt? Do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so I'm just coming back to the my part, that is the course objectives. So in the course objective means mapping. Mapping means I'm talking about the relationship between the two different entities. And now evaluating the relationship schema for designing quality. So that is the evaluating means after evaluating, so what are the parameters which we can evaluate? That part we will see into the ER model learning way. And optimize a query. So now can anyone tell me what is mean by a query? What is the sense of this word, that is a query? Yes, please tell me.
Sir, we are trying to search something from the database, so we put in a query to the database and it will give us back a result accordingly.
Yeah, of course. Or any other student who want to speak in simple way? Yes, student, you can speak over here, no problem. In my class, each and every student is free. I think.
Sir, sir,
Yes,
it
please.
can be said as a simple request for information, filtered information.
Okay, and any other student? I need the answer from the other student as well, because I got that more approx 20 students who have already taught by me into the previous semester, that is fall 20 and 21. So I
Sir,
think I have the yes, tell me.
yes, sir, to ask questions from save data. Like, sir, in the first semester, we have prologue. In that, we save data firstly in the database and then ask query or questions in that.
Okay, so okay, good. All are good, no problem. Because you are trying in very well manner, so it is a good thing. Query, we can say it's a simple statement by which we will get the output after executing the our statement. Okay, in simple way. Like I'm taking the real example, you can say on the google.com. So you if you try to something over the google.com, then you need to pass a simple word or you need to pass a query. So that is a query. You are just passing something to a text box. Okay, I need to search the notes on the database management system, so I am just putting the notes on the database management system. So that is my query I am asking from the Google server. So Google will respond after the few seconds. So that is the outcomes, or that is the output. So what I'm putting, I am just asking a query. Okay, so this is a big thing. But in the simple way, in the general way, I can say query is a kind of the statement, and that is to be executed by the database management tool, and which will generate an output for the our betterment. So what the query we have asked. Suppose I take the real example, we have the approx 10,000 students in our college campus. I need to know the name of those students who belong to the second year, and those names started by the R or L, whatever I just want to take. So that is my query. That is my filter query. So because in the 10,000 student, if I try to search the name of the student who belong to the R or L or SK, so it takes much time. So it is a better idea to I can take the filter out. So how I can filter? I can pass the some special parameter and or functions or some factors by which I can filter out. This is my simple way. So query is just nothing which is a statement that gives an output from the database. Okay, this is a simple definition. So optimize a query means you can write your solution, you can write a query in different way, but which query is optimized, that is to be known as a objective part. So how to optimize a query, and that is our objective. Okay, so I can take this part over here. You can see, suppose the student database, I just need to name of those student who belong to the R. So I can pass a query, I can pass a statement, no problem. Okay, so writing the query in different way, just like example of the, we have a problem P. Okay, so this problem P I can take here into simple way, add two numbers. Okay, what are the various way by which you can take add two numbers? Yes, please tell me. Suppose you want to add two numbers, how you can add? Then you will understand. Now tell me, how to add two numbers? Now tell me.
Sir, firstly we define that two numbers and then apply addition operation in it.
Okay, so A equal to 10, I can say, and V is equal to 20, undoubtedly, no problem. And I can take the C variable, C is equal to A plus B. Can I do this activity?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many variables I'm taking?
Sir, 3.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, good.
Three
You are
variables.
okay. Good. So suppose I'm using the C or C++ or other language. It depends on the what kind of a language I'm taking. Based on the language data types definition, it could be the 2 bytes or it could be the 4 bytes. So if I'm taking the integer variable, so I'm using Java language. So Java takes 4 bytes, or in your C or C++ takes 2 bytes. So I'm not bothering about the language right now, but I'm just need to explain. Here we have the three languages. Can I simplify this solution? Can I simplify? Yes, please tell me. Can I simplify this solution? Yes, student, please tell me, because this is a basic fundamental thing you need to learn from my class. Each and everything we will see, or we will connect all these things through the database as well. Now tell me. So three variables are required to, according to you, minimum three variables are required for the addition. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
But I can simplify this solution or in simple way more. Yes, any student who have any idea, you are free to speak. Yes, please tell me the solution. Now I can write over here. Please tell me.
Sir, we will make a function which will print the value of the addition. So we simply need to pass the variable a and b.
A
Uh,
plus
Function
equals to B.
Okay. Any other answer?
A plus equals to B.
A is equal to
A
plus
plus
B.
equals to B.
Yes, sir, by swapping.
So, but then what if we want to retain the original value of A? Like we would be losing that value, no?
yeah, I
So,
know, but I need only the addition value. So
okay, then yes.
who cares about the A and B values?
Yeah, then
Finally,
A plus equal to B is good.
okay. So yeah, so A equal to A plus B means I'm just need the addition. So I can replace the A and I can print the A values. There's no doubt. So at the time I'm using the two variables, that is A and B. So at the time I can reduce the memory. Okay. So this is my optimization part. So this is the learning way by which we can learn. And one student told us about, sir, we can make the function. Why you are putting the function? Again, you are just increasing the complexity of the function, because function, if you are defining the function, then function takes on memory and you are increasing the space complexity. So while learning the data structure means you need to learn each and everything properly. So while learning the database management system, so we will learn the same thing in proper way. So this is my intention. Before jumping each and everything, first we need to clear the each and everything in proper way. So same thing we have over here. Suppose I am writing the query, I need those student name who will belong to the Ram or Lakshman or anything, what I can say. In 10,000 students, suppose we have the 50 student who belong to the Ram or Lakshman, suppose that. So rather than the going through the 1 to 10,000th position, it is better idea to I can filter out my student name by putting the parameter, that is the name should be Ram or Lakshman. So that is my conditional parameter I can pass over there. So what are the optimization query I can pass, I can write? This is the objective, and that is a necessary part. And here we have to learn that is optimization a query, and how to optimize a query. So we will see through the practical way, of course, without any doubt. And we have the various functions, various mathematical function, just like the Python. We have the so many things we will see one by one. So this is the course objective. All these are the course objectives, and now all these are the advanced part, and you will feel all these advanced part while after learning the so many things into a database system. That is a transaction processing and concurrency control and recovery. So transaction processing means suppose I am just sending amount to my friend. After the few seconds he got the amount, okay, what I send. There is no guarantee. Suppose I just transfer 10,000 rupees to my friend's account, but he did not receive after the 2 hours. Then what is the problem? Maybe transaction may failed, or maybe the transaction isn't processed. So that is known as a transaction processing part. And next we have the concurrency control. The concurrency control means the two transactions I can do simultaneously. Okay, so how to do all the transactions simultaneously, that is under come into the concurrency and recovery. And recovery is saying that suppose transaction failed after the few minutes, okay, then a few seconds, then particular transaction to be recovered. And suppose you are withdrawing amount 10,000 rupees from the ATM, then transaction or amount is deducted from your main account, or balance is deducted from the 10,000, but you did not receive your amount from the hard cash from the ATM. Then what happened at that time? So after the few minute or maybe the few hours, your amount will be rolled back, and that is part under into the recovery. So that part we will learn from the recovery and concurrency control transaction processes. So this is the objective part. And fundamental view of the unstructured data and its management. So we have the structured data and structured data. So you have already known about these terms. That is what is mean by the structured data and unstructured data. So if the data is processed or unprocessed, so definitely it is come into the structured and unstructured data. So that part we will see into the again some while writing the query. So we will learn that part into that way. Now storage of the database and technique of to access from, then why various algorithm. Here I'm just remembering various famous algorithm. If you are known to this part, or you have studied into the database, data structure in the algorithm, that is a B plus algorithm. B plus. Have you studied this B plus tree? B plus tree into the data structure? Have you studied the B plus tree into
No,
data
sir.
structure? Okay. In a tree, that is the last and important part to store your information in from the nodes, and that is under by the B plus tree. B plus tree is completely inspired by the data structure. That's why I'm saying if you are familiar with the proper term of the data structure and algorithm, then you can understand the few things which are relevant to the database management system algorithm. And of course, at the last we will see the B plus tree and how to represent your information from the tree nature, and B plus tree will help you. And B plus tree comes after the learning the tree, binary search tree, and evil tree, and so many kind of things. Then B plus tree are the last part. And after the B plus tree implementation, really we have into the database system. And a B plus tree application, you can say, is really applicable into the database management system. There's a good application of the B plus tree. I don't know you have studied or not, but this is a real application, and that is a part of the data structure as well. So this is a course objectives. Now in these course objectives, do you have any doubt? Then you can ask me. Yes, student, please tell me. In any course objective, do you have any doubt what we need to do learn?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'm explaining each and everything by my words. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, whenever during the class time, if you have any doubt,
Yes,
you can
sir.
intervene me. You can intervene me. You can ask me anytime. You are free to ask anytime. Okay, no problem. So we have seen the prerequisite of words, what we need to do, course objective, and after learning the course objective, what are the expected outcomes? So we have the expected outcomes. So those are explain the role of the database management system in an organization. Of course, this would be represented by the applications part and describe the structure and operation of the relational data model. And what is a relational data model? A data model which makes the relations between the two different entities. So that part we will see through into the while learning the data model. We have the different kind of the data model. Those are network model, hierarchical model, ER model, and relational model. And we have the mathematical model as well. So we will see. And next we have the construct database queries from the SQL. Now you all have studied or you have heard the term SQL. Okay, SQL means structured query language. So there is a language in which we need to write the query, and there should be the structure. And what is the structure? First part you need to pick which part, and the second part, third part. Suppose writing the program in I need to answer from the other student. Which language you prefer? C, C++, Python, and Java. Now tell me which language.
Python.
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 Python,
Python,
sir.
Python. Okay, everyone is following the Python. No problem. Suppose I am writing the simple code over here for Python. Print a, and a is equal to 20, and b is equal to 10, and again c equal to a plus b. Now tell me, what is the problem? This program is correct or not?
Incorrect, sir.
This program is incorrect or
Sir,
correct?
incorrect.
Why?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Incorrect.
because
Sir,
we
you have to
defined the
define the
value of
variable
a.
type.
Will program give us error?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What error? What error? Now tell me.
Sir, variable type error.
Sir, like variable is not defined.
Variable is not defined. Okay, I can say.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
you can say there is a structure should be the A must be defined before it's printing. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Same thing we have over here. If you try to write the query in your usable tool for finding or fetching the data from the list of the records, then there must be structure. Same thing you can say while writing the program in C and C++, Java language. There should be the first header file, then main function, and then other things. Okay, so this is the structure. Same thing we have while writing the program in Python or any other language. There should be a structure, and we must follow the structure properly. So structure query language means saying that there is a query language in which we need to see how to fetch the query, how to access the query in form of the structure. Just like example, structure select from where. So these are the three different important clause. Those are recognized as a select from where. I can take the simple example of Betterment. Later on, we will implement such part into our practical way. So here I can say a simple example. Just I'm coming to the my part over here, expected output. So just give me 1 second. Yes. For the student database, I have the name. Okay. RN means registration number, name. I can take the class number. I can use a hash symbol for the number purpose, no problem. All these are the attributes. Date of birth, student date of birth, of course, on which date they will celebrate their birthdays, and course. Okay, so these are the 5 different attributes I have taken. So what are the structure query languages following? There are 3 different important clauses. Those are select, from, and where. Later on we will see other clause, but these are the most important clause. This where clause is optional. Okay, right now this is the optional part. This is required when we need to put the condition. Suppose I need to write the query. Okay, suppose I need to write the query, or I can say I write in statement to find the name of the student from the student database. Okay, please my words properly. Find the name of the students from the student database, or this as students for the student database. Now tell me how to write the query, how to get. Just please tell me. I'm writing in the. Okay, I just 1 second. I'm writing. Just 1 second. Select the name of the student. I'm writing the statement or query. I'm writing the statement, but that is only the English statement, and this English statement should be written in form of the query to understand the database system. Okay, so select the name of the students. I'm writing the English statement, and that is you need to transform into the my query part. So students from
student database.
Yes, of course. So I can write in sort by stdb. Okay. Now tell me how to write this query. Okay, this is just initial way to write the query. So I just need to understand, and I need to explain simple way, and then we will jump to the other part as well. Now tell me first how to write. So which part I should select?
Table student.
Okay. All these are the attributes, so we have the different kind of the details. No problem. We have the n number of the records. Okay, we have the n number of the record. Doesn't mean. So as a English statement is saying that you need to select the name of the student. So select. This is a clause. This clause is this clause is just like a keywords. Okay, this clause is just like a keyword. Select from where. Name. So this name will be represented by the attribute. You need to select the name of the attribute here. So I have selected name because what the my query, what the my general statement query, select the name of the student. So I have select the name only, and from the student database, so I can write from student. So what is the name of the database name over here? That is a student. So I can write the student over here. So this is the query writing. Okay, in some database you can use the semicolon, or in some database this semicolon is optional. But I change my query over here in general English statement. If I write the from the student database, please select the name of the student, then how you can write this query? This is the answer of the above query. Okay, but if I write or I speak up to you from the student database, please select the name of the student, then how you will write? First you will take the from. First you will take the from or select clause.
Select clause only.
You will select the first you will write the select clause or from clause, because in general English statement we have the from student database first. This one. Now tell me.
From.
No, this is the point. These are structured. Structure is saying that first you need to use the select clause and then from clause. This is the point, and then you can use the other clause. You can't take the from clause first then the select clause. This is a structure. That's why it is the name over here, structured query language. Else it would be query language only. So if I'm writing over here structured query language, means there should be some structure. First you have the right to select the attributes name or field name or column name, whatever you want to. All these are the synonym of the column names or field name or attribute name. So first you need to select the column name, and then you have to select the table name or database name, and that is a student. And if you want to put the condition, then you can go through the another clause later on. So this is the structure. Okay, now is it clear to all?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, so you can't take the okay, this is the point you need to. In the writing the CNC plus program, after defining the main function, then you will write the header file? No. First you need to define the header file, you need to write the header file or call the header file, then you will write the function. This is the structure. Okay, this is the structure. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Same thing before printing the A into the Python code over here. First you need to initialize the A value.
Yes, sir. Initialize.
Okay, so there is structure of each and everything what we will learn into the our programming way. And here I have the doubt. Okay, I have the doubt and I need to ask to you. Structure query language is a programming language or non-programming language?
Sir, non-programming, I think so.
Yes,
Because we
yeah.
are
Okay, this is
because we
the
are speaking control English.
okay. Yes, yeah, I agree this point. This question you must ask into the my class. So SQL is a name given that is a structure query language. So it is a programming language, non-programming. It is a non-programming language in which we need to pass the some clause or use the some clause to fetch up the data, to retrieve data, to get the data. Okay, so structure query language is a non-programming language. You can't make the program. You can use a various clause to access or create, to define or to manipulate your database. Okay, this is simple meaning. So please keep in mind this is non-programming language or non-programming well language. Now is it clear to all? While learning the expected outcome, okay, we are looking the expected outcome, so that these things you must be clear. Now is it clear to all?
Yes, sir. Non-programming.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt so far what we have discussed about the course outcome, course objectives and expected outcomes? Please, you can ask. You are free to ask anytime. Okay, why my words I'm explaining each and everything to you? Is it clear to you? Or should I go through this kind of the approach, or I should use another approach? So let it be know. Because I need the answer from the 56 students. 56 students are connected, or more than 56. Let me check once again. Now 59 students are connected. 60 students are connected. So I need the answer from the 60 students. Please, should I use another approach, or is it okay? Or I should go for this kind of approach?
It's okay.
It's okay. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or should I should I change something?
No, sir. No, sir. It's okay.
Because what happened before jumping or before learning each and everything into this course, first you must understand what we need to learn. Once it is clear to all, then we can understand each and everything proper way. Okay, it is not my aim to just in a 1 day or 2 days, in this 1 month or 2 months, each and everything should be clear. But my aim will be whatever we are learning, whatever we are looking for concept or of the database system, that should be appropriate and that should be learning to you. Okay, so learning must be necessary part rather than the mugging of just or just following the only the formalities. So this is not formalities, this is a learning class. Okay, so other things or other outcomes I can say, or I can read out over here: design, implement the database project depending on the business requirement, considering various design issues. And of course these are theoretical parts, so we will see into the coming classes. And implement the concept transaction database facilities, including concurrency control, backup and recovery. So all these are the theoretical parts. So into the one by one, or after learning the few things about the database system, we will cover up into the coming classes. So we'll theoretical as well as implementation part we will see, no doubt. From these words I have the few books which is to be required by the follow to you. And if you really need the soft copy of these books, so I can share you. So I have created a Google Classroom. I will share. I've already shared my Google Classroom code. You can join. I will share the PDF file of these two books. You can go through those parts. Now, 99 people or 99% of this book, that is Korth. So Korth, Henry F. Korth is the most famous book of the database management system, followed by the 99 percent those who goes through the database system, because each and everything is completely described in simple way, proper way into this book. Second, if you want to go through the another book, then you can go through the Navate book. This Navate book is better for the ER model, because few ER model diagram are given into this book in simple way. Handicap Core, if you're looking for the ER model in this book, Handicap Core book, then you can easily find out. But they have taken only, the author have taken only the simple example and elaborate such example into the different paradigm. In the Navate book, you can find the lots of the book or lots of the ER model. And except to the ER model, if you're looking for the other thing, then we have the CJ date. Okay, this CJ date book, I have the another book reference for the reference purpose. CJ date. CJ date is the name of the author. If you're looking for the database management system book for the CJ date author, you can go through. This book is mostly famous for the query purpose only and query purpose only. The first edition of this book I have when I purchased this book into 1998, when I was studied first time in database management system. Approx 22 years ago, I studied the database system. So I purchased this book, personally purchased this book, CZ Date. So I have the first edition of this book, CZ Date. But nowadays, after the first edition, second, third, fourth, I think sixth edition, fourth edition of CZ Date book, I have studied or followed up. Later on, I did not go through that part. Most of the people are having the course book or Navate book. I recommended to you, personally recommended to first go to the course book and then go to Navate book and then go to the CZ book. And I will share my PDF file of these books to you, so you can find out. Now, from this part, I'm just going to start the introduction to database management system. So first, tell me what is mean by the database system and database management system. Now tell me what is mean by the data.
Collection of information.
Collection of information. Who told you? Now told me who told you the collection of the information is known as the data.
For example, if we are talking about the student's data, then we can talk about his name, date of birth, etc. So in that sense, I told set of information.
Now tell me.
Information.
Now tell me what is mean by the information. Now let me clear to all once again, my dear all the students over here. There is a difference. There is a bigger difference between the information and data. You must this concept you must be cleared before learning the database system. Then you can't learn. I always follow the small thing while learning the technical thing. There's a little bit difference. There is a huge difference between data and information. Now,
sir,
yes, tell me.
data is a collection of facts and figures which are raw in nature, and information is kind of processed or filtered.
Like meaningful data.
Meaningful data. Exactly.
Okay. So what is mean by the information? Now tell me what is mean by the information. Now can you define information term? So now tell me what is mean by the information.
Sir, when we work with the data and apply specific operation in the data, and after that we get the result. This result is called the information.
From where you have understood all these things, I don't know, but let me clear to all once again. There's a simple hierarchy. While learning the fundamental of the computer, you must be learned over here, but I don't know, you didn't go through that part. I'm just making the hierarchy of the basic thing which is used by the computer system. First, data. I'm writing, and after getting the information, we go through the knowledge. So before jumping to the knowledge part, knowledge part, first you must learn about the data. Okay, let me change the different color of this my pointer over here. Now just open your Open your eyes and just listen carefully and open your eyes and ear, please. Data means you're talking about the raw facts, my dear friends. You're talking about the raw facts. Raw facts. Now, is it clear to all? Data is raw facts. Suppose I am writing the X, Y, Z. Is it data or not? Now tell me, is it data?
Yes, sir.
Is it data? But this data is senseful or not? Is senseful?
No, sir.
Is it?
No, sir.
Okay. This data is not senseful. It means it is raw fact. It could be the name of the any company. It could be the name of the any student. It could be name of the class. It could be anything. So we are not much aware about the such information. So such details, not information, such details. So we can say this is raw facts, and that is a data. After processing this raw facts information, okay, after processing something here, we get the information. So information definition you can understand from the various books, and which is general way it is written over there. Information means processed data. So information is also known as the processed data. Okay, now is it clear to all? So after processing, I'm just marking over there, it is the name of the student. So XYZ will be name of the student. So is it clear to all? So every user or each and everyone or anyone who can understand what is mean by the XYZ. But I'm just putting into the form of the simple way. This is the name of the student. So this is the process data, because after processing, I've given the information that is the after the processing the name of the student. This is showing that it is the name of the student. So this is information. Now this is a little bit difference between the data and information.
Yes, sir.
Now any doubt you can ask me. Yes, please. You have any doubt, then you can ask me. Suppose I am writing over here a very simple thing. Okay. Now tell me. I have written here 26. Now tell me, what is this?
This is
data. This is data. It is not defined. It is not processed. It could be age. It could be weight. It could be date. Okay, and it could be maybe the room number. It could be the hostel number, or it could be the any milestone value. So we are not much aware about such thing. Then it is known as the data. And after the processing of the data, we will get the information. So information definition is saying that the process data is known as the information. Like, go to the basic fundamental part of the first class. You are putting the something into the keyboard, then you are putting the raw facts keyboard, and keyboard processes such information followed by some processing unit, then you will have the output. So before getting the output processed, okay, little always the data through the keyboard into the computer system, not the information. Information will be generated after the processing, and that is followed by the processing unit only. So this is a little bit information we need to understand, and this is the basic thing before jumping to a database management system. So raw facts is always known by the data, and data is basically plural word. Okay, its singular word is known as the datum. Okay, datum. Now is it clear to all? Singular word is known as the singular is of the data. What is datum? Okay, so data is a plural word of the datum, because we can have the multiple datum. We can have the multiple lots of the datum. So finally we have the data. Now in information. Now in knowledge. Knowledge basically is we can say the huge set of the a large volume of the information which is used to take some decision, then we have the knowledge. So you have the knowledge in your mind, then you have to take some decision. Why? Because on the basis of knowledge you are able to take the decision, and because we can say you have the huge collection of the information, on basis of information if you are able to take the decision, then you are having the knowledge. So knowledge basically is played by the important role while having the simple word that is known as the decision. Okay, when you are looking for the decision part, then you are going through the knowledge, and this knowledge require the use set of the information. So this is knowledge, and after the we have the system, we go to the artificial intelligence part. Okay, so for learning the AI, first you need to understand the data, the information, then knowledge, then AI. So this is a hierarchy of the manipulating or understanding the data into the computer system. Now, is it clear to all? Yes, please tell. Yeah, just
Yes,
tell
sir.
me one by one. Now, did you understand all those things in proper way like this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just going to my next part over here. That is a database. So database is nothing which is a collection of the data, and that is to be processed, unprocessed. Okay. So database means what we're talking about the data, and that is on which tool or on which place we need to store, and that is managed by the database system. So whenever we need to have we have a system, and that is to be manage the database, and that is known as the database system. So what is mean by the database management system? A system which is used to manage the database, and that is known as the database management system. So before learning database management system or DBMS, first you need to understand the database system, then you must understand the database, and then data. Database is also known as the table. Okay, again you are talking about, so sir, we are talking about the data. What is mean by the table or database? It's only the synonym, nothing else. Especially a table can have the multiple data. Okay, and suppose I'm just making the this table. Oops, sorry, just let me redraw once again. Sorry for right now the my bad drawing, but because due to not having the actual pad over here, so I'm unable to draw it properly. But again, somehow we will manage. Suppose I'm putting the something over here, 1 1 1 1 1 x y z. Okay, I can put here n and 10. I can put and 1 0 once again. So in this table, is it senseful? No, because it's a collection of database, but is a meaningless, because it's 1 0 x y. What does it mean? No, this is sense. This is not a completely nonsense part, because we can understand. So database must be in proper way. So first we can write over here, this should be roll number or annual number, this should be name, this should be class number, this should be serial number, or something like over here. So how many columns and rows we have? Rows and columns can be represented by the its collection of rows and tables, rows and columns. So database is can be recognized by the collection of the rows and columns, and its rows is recognized by the records. Okay, is records, and its column is recognized by the attributes name. Okay, or field name. field name. Let me explain all these concepts through an example, then you will understand. Just I'm coming to the my part. Let me take a real example. Now tell me which example I should take so I can explain through such example. Just please tell me. Yes, friend, I need the answer from your side so I can explain such example to you with real application. Now tell me.
Student information table.
Student, yes, student information table. So, okay, just give me 1 second. Just let me remove this part. I can use the table over here. So insert, let me insert a table. And this table must be a simple table. So nothing special thing required over here, only general table. Now I can go to this part. Now I have drawn a table. Okay. So this is suppose 1 0 2 0 3 0 4 0. This is a X, this is a Y, this is Z, W. This is again C11, B11, A11, and C11. Here I have the another things which is known as the D11, okay, D21, and something. I'm just putting dot over here for continuously. And here I have the A21 and A21 again. Now tell me, is it table or is it database? Can anyone tell me, is it table or is it database?
Database.
Is it database? Is it database? Okay, good. So here we have the query over here. Query means not the SQL structure query language. It is I'm talking about is a query regarding the general query. It is known as the unstructured table or unstructured database because it is a meaningless. Because we don't know what is mean by the 20 or 10 or 30. It could be the weight, date, anything. So I need to define over here the roll number. Here I can say this is the name. This is the class 1 and this is the class 2 detail. So this is what RN or name and CL1, CL2. What does it? These are known as the your field name. So over here known as attribute name, field name, column name. Okay. So this is known as the column name, field name, or attribute name. Now, is it clear to all? This is the properties of a table. So a table is comprised by consisted by the two parts. One is rows and columns. Okay. These columns are recognized by the field name, attribute name. And this rows, if we're talking about rows, so what does it mean by rows? Rows, I can say this is the row 1. So R1, R2, R3, and R4. R1, R2, R3, these R1, R2, R3, these are the records. So question comes in our mind, sir, what is mean by the records? What does it mean by the record? Record is a collection of the, now you can say over here, now record is a collection of the attributes. Now can I write over here in simple way? Collection of attributes, can I say? A record is a collection of the attributes, can I say? Because record R1 is contained by the detail of the roll number, name, class 1, class 2, and other detail as well. Okay. So a record can be defined by the collection of the attributes. Okay, this is the point we need to keep in mind. So rows can be understood by the records. Now, is it clear to all? So a table is a combination of the rows and columns, and or we can say a table, or in simple way database system, we can say a database is a collection of column, a collection of the field names or attribute name and records. So this is the point you need to keep in mind. Now question comes in a moment. So what is mean by the this thing? What is mean by the z, y? By is the value. Okay, this z and y, these are recognized by the values, or anything which is maintained by the particular column, like d21. This d21 is what? This d21 is a value of CL2 attribute. Okay, so this is the point you need to keep in mind, value of CL2 attributes. Okay, and which is holding by the record number 2. Now, is it clear to all? This is a real application, real example I am taking. Now, any doubt you have, then please you can ask me. Yes, student, please tell me.
Sir, did you just say that D21 is a record of the second row?
No. D21 is a value of CL2 attribute which is holding by the record 2.
Okay, sir. So in database systems, we start from 1. Unlike like arrays, we start from 0, right? So in this, we start from 1.
Yeah, of course. Whenever we need to search any record, then from the database, we will start from the very beginning. But we have, suppose we have the lack of 1,000 crores list of records, list of the records, then it takes much time. So to avoid a such thing, we can use the query to filter out our data in simple way. So this is the good thing.
Okay, sir, got it.
And that is known as the disadvantage of the file system. In traditional way, conventional way, we have the list of the file or number of the files. Suppose I need to search the record. Okay, I can search, but it takes the 1 day, 2 days. But after that, what happened? There's no guarantee what I'm searching or what I have searched out, is it correct or is it okay. So it is better idea to while installing the computer system, we can use the database system. Into database system, we can filter out, or we can search out our information within a few seconds. And after the few seconds, there is some guarantee what we have searched out, it is correct. So these are things. So here I'm just explaining about the database. So this is the point you need to keep in mind about the data and database. And all this system is known as the database system. And while managing the such thing, we have the database management system. And to database management system, what we need to do in database management system, we need to do create or define the data base, manipulate the database. Okay, manipulate the database, create the database, define the database, manipulate the database, and database as now. Yes, Trinda, tell me, any doubt over here? Yes, Trin, please tell me.
No, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
what's the name?
what is the difference between?
Yes, tell me.
Sir, what is the difference between database and database system?
Database and database system. Database is a collection of the records and attributes. Okay, we can say. And database system is a system in which we need to manage the entire database. But how to manage, and that we will study into the database management system. Now we have the 3 different kind of the management criteria. Those are defining the database, manipulating the database, and updating, we can say, of course. Okay, now
Mayank.
Mayank Samadia, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Mayank, okay, after the few years you will get married soon, okay, am I right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so right now you have the status, your name, date of birth, and so details. You have qualification, and your
Yeah.
status is showing that you are single. Okay, I don't know actual way, but you are single. After the few years you got married, then you will update your status into the same information, same record, that is a single to married, and that is known as what we are doing. We are changing. We are using the updation operation into the database, and that is known as the actual thing, which is known as the update database management system. Now is it clear to
Okay,
all?
sir. Okay, sir. But sir, you call the database management system in which we manage the things. So, sir,
So
we manage.
how to manage the things. That's the manage the thing. Okay, finally, after some time you got
So,
married.
sir, you told first I am single, then after some time my status is changed.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
sir, sir, why single to married? Sir, we
Because
change our status. So, this is the database management system.
yes, this is a database management system in which we need to manage how to manage. And
Yes, sir.
management is not saying that only updation. It is creation. Suppose after creating the student database, it is found that we have the limitation. We need to manage. We need to create or define another student database so that other student can be accommodated in an easy way. So there's limitation, there's a drawback. Only the 2000, 10,000 student can accommodate into the single database. So we need to create another database. So that's why we need to create or define another database. So this is the point. Okay.
Okay, sir. Matlab, sir, we can say that in the database system, what we have to change, and the database management system, how we can change.
Yes, definitely. You can say database management system is defining that how to change and why we should change. Okay, when to we change. Okay, so when the
Okay.
information is updated, when the information required to create new things, when the information to be deleted. Suppose you want to delete particular column. Just I'm just coming to the my example. Now see this part. It is found that
Yes,
it
sir.
is this column is showing that the only the marriage status of the students, single or married. Okay, some student may be married, yeah, joining the after marriage, no problem. So there is a single married suppose coming, but there is no sense of using this column into the student record. So we can delete such things, and this is also managed by the database management system.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now is it clear to all? Now is it clear what is mean to use the introduction to database system? Because first you need to learn the basic things. Once it is clear, foundation is clear, then we can jump to the our next part. Now is it clear to all?
Yes, sir. Now it's clear.
Okay, so far what we have seen the prerequisites parts, course objectives, and expected outcomes that should be, and reference book, introduction to database system, in which we have seen the database or table, database system, database management system as well. Let me give some idea about the database once again. Database is nothing, it is just collection of the records and columns, or it is also known as a table because information to be represented by the tabular manner. Okay, so because a tabular manner or 2D way. Now you can see only the 2D way means two dimension way. Rows and columns will be applicable only over here. So it is an example. Now we have the database. What? So database, now actual things you are looking for that part into the written way. So I just over here, database. A database is a collection of the related data, and it is metadata. Metadata means data about data. I can write over here data. Metadata means data about data. And keep in mind, it should be in structured format. We can't take unstructured. Okay, that should be meaningful. XYZ what? This is a name. This is not a class name. Okay, this is the name, student name. And for optimize information. Okay, so database we will use for the collection of the related data, and it is metadata organized in a structure format. And database is optimize information. Why optimize? Yes, any student can tell me why optimized information system is known as the database? Yes, please tell me. Yes, student, please, you have to speak over here.
Optimize is best, no sir.
No, optimize here, it means you were here. Suppose, what's the name?
Bhavya sir.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Please, could you repeat your name once again?
Bhavya.
Bhavya. Okay. Bhavya, suppose there are two Bhavya students' name into the my database record. How I can identify whose Bhav should I give the marks proper or should I not give marks properly? So there is justification required over there. So optimization can be can be done by the providing the enrollment number. Okay, suppose I have the 4 Bhavya name is in my record, but I can identify each and every Bhav in proper way through the roll number. So roll number is my main attribute by which I can identify. So the optimize means the duplicate record will not be applicable. If it is available, then that should be distinguished by the own value. Suppose I have the 4 Bhavya, no problem. Is it really we have the 4 Bhavya students in my class? So I can distinguish by the enrollment number. This is my optimized information. I can't have the duplicate information. If I'm having so unnecessary, I'm just making the increasing the size of the records. So it should be avoided. And that's why it is not the optimized information management. Now, as I spoke you, database management system, as we discussed about the Samadhya, database management system is a software that enables easy creation, access, modification of the database, and for efficient and effective database management system. So we have the database management system. And talking about the database system, it is an integrated system of hardware, software, people, procedure, or functions, and data that define the regulate the collection, storage, management, and use of the data within database environment. All these 3 definitions are written over here for understanding purpose to move ahead into the database management system. Now, any student who is having any problem in these 3 definitions, then you can ask me. Yes, student, please. Do you have any doubt? Then you can ask me. Yes, student, please. You can ask me. Any students who is just having any problem? Now tell me any doubt. Do you have any doubt over here? Then you can ask me.
No, sir.
So no, sir. So database is it clear? Is it clear to all? Database management system definition and database system.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So okay. So this is a database management system is a collection of interrelated data. One student told me very beginning at the time of starting the class. Database management system is a collection of the interrelated data and set of the programs to access those data, and the collection of the data usually referred to as a database. Okay, so before understanding such a definition, we must understand the database term, and we have seen what is meant by the database. Database is a collection of rows and a collection of records and attributes, we can say. So it is written over here, collection of data usually referred to as a database, and contains information relevant to an enterprise. And the primary goal of database management system is to provide a way to store and retrieve database information, and is bought convenient and efficient way. Okay, so this is the actual definition. From this definition we can start the database management system course. So what are the various applications in banking, airlines, industries, universities, colleges, selling, marketing, finance, telecommunication. So for the telecommunication, your mobile number, your IMEI details, other things to be registered into the company as well. First time you are using an SIM, then it is automatically registered into the company's details. So company record keeps the information into the form of the tabular way, and it is known as the database. In the finance, into the finance way, so every information I'm just putting to the finance way, which employee or which customer having the uh, budget or amount, so I can maintain. Just like banking sector, we can have. In the airlines, who is traveling, any airlines, any transportation like railway. In the our rate in the India, railway is the biggest network, and this railway is having the large, not large, we can say it is huge database. This is the biggest database of the India. Railway networks database is the biggest database of the India, because in India approx now, this I'm not talking about this COVID pandemic, and normal days or normal days or general days, I can say approx more than 1 crore trains are moving here and there. So this is the record. So more than 1 crore trains are moving here and there, and this is maintained by the huge database of the railways. So this is the biggest database which is maintained by the railways ministry of the railway. And industry we keep the information about the employee, staff, university, students record, staff record, and everything. For the selling, okay, for selling the from the past record, past few years selling, we can say which this product is better or not. So for the optimization purpose, the previous record will help you. And the weather forecasting, okay, in the weather forecasting we can say 40 years ago, 22nd of November, temperature was XYZ, so and so. And 50 days a year ago, 22nd November, temperature was this. So this is also maintained by the record. So for the weather information, weather presenting information, we can maintain all the detail into the record into the database way. Of course, we can have. So this is application of the database management system. So we will see this part later on. Now tell me, students, do you have any doubt over here? Then you can ask me.